Nishida Shoya is a scumbag kid just like any other naughty kids. He and two friends play together to form a trio of disruptive group in the classroom. Sitting near the men's table is Ueno Naoka, who looks pretty but extremely bad. There is also Kawaii Miki, who is always friendly, but it's just a fake. One day their class had a transfer student who was a girl with a very cute appearance. One thing was that she was deaf. Her way of communicating with everyone is to use a notebook, and that is also our heroine Nishimiya Shoko. At first it seemed that everyone in the class were very kind and wanted to help the heroine. Only Shoya found her troubled. Later on, everyone in the class too, so they shunned Shoko. Shoya bullies through any time and anywhere, throwing sand in her face, drawing graffiti on books, shouting loudly in his ear, grabbing his hearing aid and throwing it away. Shoya's actions are becoming more and more extreme, but Shoko still has a desire to befriend him through her handwriting and notebook, and Shoya finds it disgusting to throw the notebook to the lake. Things became increasingly tense. This led Shoko had to quit school, and her mother reported to the principal. At this time, the class wanted to avoid trouble, so they blamed all their guilt at Shoya. Even the two best friends who played with Shoya turned their backs on him. Ever since, what his previous acts of bullying against Shoko were remade like that by his two best friends. The heroine always helps him. Seeing other people drawing graffiti on the male lead's desk, she tried to delete them. But he misunderstood and found it disgusting. He thought the heroine turned her back on him like others in class as well, and her smile shone artificially. In the end, she had to change schools. Up to high school, the male lead has become more mature, and also when he becomes close to the people around him. Realizing that what he did before with the heroine was incorrect and regretted, he always carried the notebook in the past with him and joined a club to learn sign language. One day, he accidentally met the heroine and returned her notebook, then said that he wanted to be her friend in body language, which touched her very much. Shoya decided to be responsible for what he has done to the heroine and wants to compensate her. Then they became closer. One day the heroine gave him a gift and confessed to him. She said Suki, liked, but said Suki, moon, and he thought it was just a joke. Once going out in the park together, the two protagonists met old friends in elementary school and new friends that they had recently made. At this time, Ueno wanted the male protagonist to return to his characteristic before, so he talked to the heroine. She thought that because of the heroine, so that the male protagonist has lost all of his friends. Ueno's words made the heroine think that she made him be isolated. She started to feel guilty. As for the male lead, because he wanted to make up for it, he always treated the heroine well and her family. Then Shoko's mother gradually became more sympathetic to him. During the summer fireworks festival, Shoya is invited to see the fireworks with the heroine's family. It seemed that everything would be so fine. But tragedy happened. The heroine thought that because she was the root of everything that happened to the male protagonist, she did not forgive herself, so she decided to suicide. She ran home and climbed onto the balcony to jump down. Get asked by the heroine's sister to get her camera, and Shoya sees the heroine suiciding. He ran quickly and called out the heroine's name out loud.
Please no.
Yoko jumped down and fortunately Shoya was able to hold her hand, using all his strength to pull the heroine up. But it was he who fell into the river. During Shoya's unconsciousness, the heroine thought it was her fault that the male lead almost lost her life, but this time she did not choose to commit suicide. She meets her friends again, faces them and apologizes to them. As for the other friends after the male protagonist's incident, everyone also suffered and regretted. Each of them felt faulty in this. Finally Shoya regained consciousness. The first thing he did was call the heroine's name and run to find her. The two met. The male protagonist spoke out sincere apologies from the bottom of his heart that he had never said before, which made the heroine cry. So they all got to know each other after all. In the end the two opened up to everyone. So each individual has also seen their mistakes in the past. They all forgive each other and begin a happy school life with their friends. A silent voice is so beautifully characterized that it never puts a step wrong. It is a difficult and brave line to tread, but one that is always supported by so much heart that it is impossible to become one-sided. Outside of the two protagonists and blossoming romance are a series of fully fleshed out supporting characters who all add something to the film's themes, messages and tone. A silent voice does take a while to wrap up its lengthy 2-hour and 10-minute runtime, but with so many characters and a deep exploration of its topics. A silent voice is powerful, emotional, and stunningly presented.